The simple tip that I'm about to share with you guys, I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about on the internet before, but trust me when I say it will change your life in regards to avoiding blisters. And it doesn't have to do with your boots, it has to do with your socks. Since this channel is all about the latest football boots, a common topic of discussion is blisters. And that's because when you get brand new boots, the one thing that you're always trying to avoid is blisters. Nobody likes blisters. But what if I told you the blisters that you're getting aren't caused by your boots, but instead caused by your socks? Well, it's true. Now, that's not to say that the boots can't be the cause of your blisters, because that's entirely possible, especially if they're brand new. But if you're one of those people that just all of a sudden gets blisters in boots that seem to be perfectly comfortable, it's probably not the fault of your boots, it's the fault of your socks, and here's why. Now, everyone's a little bit different when it comes to socks, but if you're like me, you try to make sure that your socks feel and look perfect on your feet when you first put them on, meaning that there's no excess material bulging out anywhere, there's no creases of material. You want to make sure that everything is perfectly smooth, so when you put your boots on, the sock remains perfectly smooth inside of the boot. This is how you set yourself up for maximum comfort and ideally avoiding blisters. But here's what will inevitably happen. It might take 10 minutes, it might take 30 minutes, it might take a full hour, but your socks will eventually shift ever so slightly, maybe fall down, maybe ride up a little bit, causing some kind of a bunch of material, typically around the heel area of your foot. And that little bunch of material where the sock has kind of folded in on itself creates friction that once your skin starts to soften up, which will inevitably happen from the heat and sweat that is accumulating inside of your boots, because your socks have bunched up a little bit and it's no longer a smooth surface area against the heel counter or whatever part of the boot is being pressed against your foot, that is eventually going to lead to a blister, which was caused by your socks and not your boots. So here's a simple tip that you might already do without even realizing it to avoid blisters in your football boots. When you start running around and you feel any kind of shift in your socks, meaning a bunching of material, typically in the heel area, stop playing and adjust your socks. It might be just a matter of pulling on the heel of the sock ever so slightly to flatten out the material, or maybe even removing your boots entirely to adjust your socks. But trust me when I say that you want to take that extra 10 to 30 seconds to make sure that your socks are properly adjusted before continuing to run around. Something that you'll never find in any pair of football boots is an abnormal bump pressing against the side of your foot, which is exactly what happens when your sock starts to bunch up. So if you leave it there, it's not that surprising that that abnormal bump pressing against your foot over the course of 2 hours of running is going to lead to a blister. It's a very little thing and it might seem obvious, but there are tons and tons of people that I even see myself that just let their socks fall down completely, bunch up in their boots, and then they wonder why they have blisters at the end of training. You don't necessarily need fancy grip socks. You don't even need expensive socks. You just need socks that fit your feet properly and then proper sock management to go along with that. Sock management. Wow. I feel like I should get sock management t-shirts made. I'd wear that. Anyways, guys, that is it for my life-changing football boot tip of the day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to support it with a like. If you have any questions or any suggestions, leave it down below in the comments and I'll take a look at everything you guys have to say. If you're not subscribed already, be sure to hit that subscribe button for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching and we'll see you in the next one.